Welcome to another episode of Music Therapy. I am your resident therapist, John Thewin, and today we are listening to another Tom MacDonald song, Balloons. Please like, subscribe, comment, and let's get right into the song.
I miss the days when no one even knew my name. Now everywhere I go, I wear a hat to hide my face. I got weapons hidden inside every room in my place. Now I have to keep a pistol on me, always just in case. This is a nightmare. Never expected the fame to be something I would wrestle with and fight to embrace. Sometimes I feel like the love I get's outweighed by the hate. I hid the tears, but I can't hide from the pain.
Woo! This is jumping right in. So as humans, we have a negativity bias where we remember the bad, and it's evolutionarily bound, which basically means that if we eat a berry that makes us really sick, we need to remember that so we don't eat that berry again. And the same is true with hate speech and bullying online. We remember being called fat, ugly, and stupid more often than we remember being called attractive, smart, and beautiful.
I'm working 20-hour days. I hid the tears, but I can't hide from the pain. I'm working 20-hour days, can't even lie to y'all, I'm burnt out. Asleep on my weight bench, trying to find the strength to work out. Should be happy I'm successful, I just went and bought my first house. Thought money would help cure my depression, but it's worse, how? I'm tired of it, lucky I don't have a manager cause I'll be firing them.
Wow.
Tired of talking to other artists who just want to tell me I'm inspiring them. Parents keep telling me
I love this. He is literally standing on an edge here of life and death. He is burnt out. Fame is making him crazy. He just wants peace, tranquility, working 20-hour days. Can you imagine? That means 4 hours of self-care, 4 hours of sleep. That would lead to clinical impairment really quickly. We know you need at least 7 to 9 hours of sleep per day. And if you have 4, that veil of REM sleep or psychosis is going to come into your waking consciousness.
They have a kid and they're thankful. They're tired of talking to other artists who just want to tell me I'm inspiring them. Parents keep telling me they have a kid and they're thankful the child is admiring me. Great, want to know how I feel? I might kill myself before retiring.
So even if he's peddling a good message, which he is burnt out to the point of having suicidal ideation. And this is so common when we put careers or anything external above our own mental and physical well-being, because nothing else is more important than health. Health is wealth, right? And if you don't have your health, it doesn't matter if you're a billionaire or a trillionaire or have all the assets in the world.
I'm in the clouds, I can't reach the ground. They're coming in crowds, blew me up like a balloon and let me go. Watch me float away while I scream no. Every time I get close, they pull out their phones. Like maybe this time we can see them explode. Blew me up like a balloon and let me go. They all throwing rocks cause they tryna poke holes. They wanna see me pop, they don't wanna see me blow. They're the reason that I'm gone, they don't wanna see me go. Blew me up like a balloon and left me. I miss the times when I...
Wow, so he's got his fan base blowing him up, inflating him, letting him fly, but now he's getting lost in the sauce. He is too high to touch ground. He feels isolated and cold and alone, and all of these things are not sustainable in the long term. We need connection, we need warmth, we need community. This is rough. I mean, a lot of people value fame and will do anything to get famous, but they sell their soul in the process. And at least Tom isn't one of those people. He has stuck true to his values to the point where he should be proud of what he's done. But it's hard when you're so unable to do things that are common for other people. Like go out to a store and you're not used to being bombarded with all of this hate and bullying online. Our minds are not that accustomed to being infiltrated with 1,000 comments a day and 100 of them being bad.
See me go, blew me up like a balloon and left me. I miss the times when I could go outside. I didn't have to watch my back out of the corner of my eye.
Yep.
I didn't have to fake a smile and pose for pictures all the time. Can't even lie, I miss when time was really mine. Now I just belong to everybody else but me. These panic attacks are making it awful hard to breathe. Build a vocal booth inside the crib and stop making beats. Don't even rap, I stand inside of it and scream.
Woo! That's an image right there. Whew. And he feels like he is owned and leased part-time, and he doesn't even own himself anymore because he has so many obligations to his career, to his music, to his fans. And that is a hard place to be. If you are spreading yourself so thin that you don't even know who you are anymore because you're just pandering and doing things that other people want you to do, it's a good idea to get out of there and to set some boundaries and to not constantly camouflage your colors to be a people pleaser or someone who puts other people's needs above their own, because we all need to put our own needs first. And as a healthcare professional, without instilling my own self-care, I wouldn't be able to help anyone else, that's for sure. And I see this working in the field all the time. Some therapists are not the best at self-care, and they serve others but forget to serve themselves, leads to burnout, leads to mental health crises, panic attacks like he's saying.
I miss when time was really mine. Now I just belong to everybody else but me. These panic attacks are making it awful hard to breathe.
What an image here of he's a balloon floating with just his head on that mat. Oh my gosh.
The vocal booth inside the crib and stop making beats. Don't even rap, I stand inside of it and scream. Like, this is not what I expected. I work my hands to the bone, and my anxiety is triggered by the apps on my phone. I tried deleting them so the internet would leave me alone, but the lack of attention made me feel worse than before.
Woo! The pain in his voice there. So we know that phones can increase mental health problems, no doubt. They also can increase executive dysfunction, which is linked to ADHD. It's like your ability to follow through with tasks, especially when your phone is missing. I don't know about y'all. If y'all have ever been missing your phone, it's like, where is my phone? I need to find it. And then the executive functioning of the brain just decreases. And everything else kind of falls into the background because where your phone is on your front and center of your psyche.
Internet would leave me alone, but the lack of attention made me feel worse than before.
That's interesting too, how he has limited his phone after being bombarded with all this love and hate, and now he feels like a void without it. And that's because he's been conditioned to have all this interaction with fans, and without it, he's like, dang it, I don't even know what to feel anymore.
I'm sick of it all. The internet watching me trip when I fall. Embarrassed that everyone witnesses all. My illness isn't real time. Man, I'm addicted to y'all. Rappers on Twitter don't get me involved. I'm posing for photos with fans in the mall and dying inside pretending I'm strong. I'm not a celebrity. I am just tall.
Oh, that's a great line there. He's a person before a celebrity. We need to remember that. We can't glorify him. We can't demonize him, because we all have parts in ourselves that are good, bad, ugly, in the middle.
Pretending I'm strong, I'm not a celebrity, I am just tall. I'm in the clouds, I can't reach the ground. They're coming in crowds, fill me like a balloon and let me go. Watch me float away, well I scream no. Every time I get close, they pull out their phones. Like maybe this time we can see them explode. Do me up like a balloon and let me go. They are throwing rocks cause they tryna poke holes. They wanna see me pop, they don't wanna see me blow. For the reason that I'm gone, they don't wanna see me go. Do me up like a balloon and left. I miss the years when every Friday wasn't spent with my therapist. Then I realized I hated fame and accepted I'm scared of it. I got Ativan, Cipralex, Xanax, and Seroquel in a Tupperware container. I don't touch, I just stare at them. Breathing exercise is supposed to help me to cope, but nothing works quite as good as a bottle of Jack and a smoke. I try to focus on my breath, but it gets stuck in my throat. This never happened back when I was young and happy and broke. I never thought I'd...
Wow, the pain in his voice here. So he's got this pharmaceutical cocktail here that he is refusing to take because he knows Jack and cigarettes supposedly help him more. But Xanax is really a scary drug. I took a ton of Xanax when I was in high school, and I took an IQ test, and I scored like 70 out of, and the average IQ test is 100, so that basically meant I had a severe intellectual disability because it was so impaired from my Xanax consumption. So Xanax made me a zombie. It really can reduce all inhibitions, all cares in the world. It's a very scary drug, and I don't blame him for not wanting to take that, because Xanax does form a physiological dependence, and you can absolutely die from the withdrawal of Xanax if not properly medically tapered. It's very similar pharmacologically to alcohol, and so we know alcohol and Xanax both are benzos. They sedate you, and they both can kill you if you cold turkey them in the wrong setting. So very scary drug. I can understand his ambivalence, his resistance to not wanting to take that.
Works quite as good as a bottle of Jack and a smoke. I try to focus on my breath, but it gets stuck in my throat. This never happened back when I was young and happy and broke.
I love how he describes too panic attacks and physical symptoms. Like he can't breathe, his breath is stuck in his throat. That's exactly what they are.
I never thought I'd be the rapper all these rappers trying to be. Posting 20 times a day, now I don't have no privacy. Meeting with these major labels, CEOs with giant teams. If y'all want to do business, why are y'all trying to lie to me? I'm bored of the fame. Every time it feels fresh again, I'm getting more of the same. Interviewers think they know who I am. They made up their mind before I explain. Well, because you asked so nice, I guess I'll tell. Ain't been feeling too hot lately, Jim. Is there anything else? Great, cause lately every day I feel like I'm living in hell. I'm glad the music helps you, but I might really kill myself. When this magazine gets printed, can you send one to my house?
Wow, so music here is his protective factor. It's his reason for living because he's so talented and he has such a great fan base that it gives him a reason outside of himself to live. And we all need reasons to live, whether that's your dog, whether that's your family, your grandchildren. It is imperative to have a reason within yourself and reasons outside yourself.
But I might really kill myself. When this magazine gets printed, can you send one to my house?
This is such an interesting image, how his black balloon here is talking smack to him, and his normal self is just looking super down, because we all have depressed parts that come out to play when we're vulnerable.
Like to own a tiny piece of me like everybody else.
Don't watch me float away while I scream no. Every time I get close, they pull out their phones. Like maybe this time we can see them explode. Blew me up like a balloon and let me go. They out throwing rocks cause they tryna poke holes. They wanna see me pop, they don't wanna see me blow. They're the reason that I'm gone, they don't wanna see me go. Blew me up like a balloon and left me.
So maybe he's feeling abandoned because he feels like everyone inflated him and just left him. They said, go float away into the universe. I don't want anything to do with you. I am over it. But in part, they're responsible for his isolation. And that is rough. What an amazing mental health song here by Tom MacDonald. So much vulnerability, so much candor with his journey and his struggle with fame and his struggle with his panic attacks and his mental health. It's so important to talk about it, to create that space of vulnerability. Thank you so much for recommending this song, and I hope you please like, subscribe, comment, share, and drop the next song you want to see me react to in the comments below. I look forward to seeing you in the next episode of Music Therapy.